Good morning everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and my kitchen. It's Saturday morning at about 10:15 and I absolutely promise with my hand on my heart that this is not going to be a long video, it's going to be a short video. The last one ended up being like half an hour. It was crazy. I'm sorry about that. And I really appreciate the people who watched it and commented on it, because I know it's a big commitment to do that. So you're just gorgeous, you people, and I really appreciate you being there. Thank you very much. Now, before I talk any more and make this a long video, I'll stop and I'll say it's Saturday morning. It's a bit grey and a bit sunny at the moment, and it's so humid outside. It's just, it's like being in a sauna. It's not hot. It's only about 26 degrees C, which is just a pleasant temperature, but the humidity is through the roof. We've had some huge thunderstorms and bucketing rain in the evenings, and some areas were badly hit. So far, touch wood, I'm knocking my head because it's full of sawdust. Yes, so far nothing has happened here at my house. Just had a bit of rain, and I've managed to escape and not be outside when it all hit. And let me just tell you, that reminds me, and now this is the story I really want to tell, and it's quick. It's about Thursday morning when I had a trillion different jobs to do, and one of them was to get petrol. And normally I would have done that in the in the evening when I was on my way home from my daughter's house. But they were predicting a horrendous thunderstorm, and I thought, I won't wait, I'll do it now while it's not raining. So I did. I went to get petrol, and as soon as I pulled in, I got out of the car, got the nozzle ready to put into the, whatever you call it, where the petrol goes. What do you call that? I don't know. The hole for the petrol. Anyway, into the petrol tank, let's put it that way. That sounds a bit better, doesn't it? When I heard a man's voice saying, "Do you need any help?" And I looked around and I couldn't see anybody, and then I noticed that there was a man with a very bald head, and he was kind of pushing the top of his head through between the Bowser and, I don't know, a post or something. And he said, "I'm just here, I'm next to you, and would you like some help?" And I thought, that is the kindest thing. Do you know, in sort of 20 years, no one has ever offered to help me. I mean, sometimes my children get petrol for me, but when I'm there, it's never happened. And I said to him, "Oh, you're so kind, but I really don't need any help. I just appreciate your offer so much." And he said, he thinks it's an age thing. So that was really good fun. And I so wished that I did need his help, or that, that I could have said, "Oh yes, please," but I just thought, no, it's okay. Because he was just kind, and these days it just doesn't happen that often, that people are so just kind to strangers. And it's the sort of kindness that means a lot, isn't it, when it's just a small thing. And it's a bit like the boy down the street mowing my front verge for me. It's like that, isn't it? It's not a big deal in itself, but it's what it means, the meaning behind it, that people are caring and kind, and it's lovely to come across it. So that was a lovely thing that happened. Okay, that story has been told. Now I'm telling you that I'm doing Theme Thursday this morning. I've had a really super busy few days and haven't been able to get to my filming, so I'm doing Theme Thursday on Saturday, and I know that's fine. And I thought I would just show you how the babies sleep. This is how I keep them in their nursery, with the net over them. Just like I do with Lottie, she has a net over her when she's sitting in the pram. So they're always protected. I really like being able to do that. Let me take the netting off, and then we'll zoom in and I'll show you what they're wearing. How's that? Yes, you can see. Let's zoom in a bit, get closer to these little ones. Just move the camera a bit closer. I might move that bit of net as well from the other side, so you can see Pippa a little bit better. There we are. There they are. Look at Jonty all curled up. His thumb is actually in his mouth, and he's just curled up next to his sister. And I'm thinking, Jonty, no one can see what you're wearing when you're like that, darling. But luckily, just zoom a tiny bit out. That's in. Luckily, Pippa is on her back, so you can see what she's wearing. She and Jonty have got the same things on. They're a couple of little white. Now, the problem is I don't know how to describe this fabric at all. I really don't. I think it's a cotton, and it's got oh my goodness, it's got little holes in it all over it, and in between the little holes is the fabric has formed a diamond pattern with kind of white embossed lines. That's not a very good explanation, but it's probably as good as I can get. And so they're just bubble rompers, and they're fully lined as well. They're buttoned down the back. You can probably see that seam on Jonty because he's lying on his side. And they have a little Peter Pan collar in the same holey fabric. And Pippa has got pink rickrack around her collar and around her short sleeves. And Jonty's is the same, but he's got grey rickrack. So they're very cute outfits. They're the same. Now, I did have a bit of problem with this theme. And the problem is that I love rompers and I love dungarees. They're just heavenly for me, those things. So trying to decide what to dress everybody in was the hard part. Normally I don't really have much to contribute to Theme Thursday. I don't have a range of what's the word? Of all sorts of different things. So this time, so normally it's not that hard. Either I have nothing or I have one thing. But this time, everything they have virtually is dungarees or rompers. And because we're in summer, I thought it'd be better to go in with bubble rompers. I love elastic around their thighs. I don't know what that says about me, but I think it's really cute. And then you can see their little legs. So that's what Pippa and Jonty are wearing today. And see how Jonty's so curled up. Isn't he adorable like that? Love that. And Pippa's just lying there. Oh yes, little brother. Curl up next to me. And she's just fast asleep. So what I'll do now is I will get Lottie and we'll have a look at what she's wearing. Now here's Lottie. She's in her pram and she is holding a beautiful soft sheep. It's one of the toys sold by that shop that I talk about sometimes called Pure Baby. And they have the sweetest animals. I try to buy them when I'm sending a doll off to someone because they're small and they're really cute. So some of you have a giraffe/llama and some have a donkey. I think someone has an elephant and I can't remember what else I've sent off, but they're very, very sweet animals. Anyway, this is a little sheep and for some reason it always turns its head away from Lottie. It's actually not a movable head. The head is always in that fixed position. And somewhere in that woolly fluff are two tiny little black eyes. One on either side of the head, of course. So that's what Lottie's holding, her beautiful little sheep. And I think it's so cute. It's just the right size for her, isn't it? So she is wearing a romper. Now, maybe I'm a little bit ashamed to say this, but her romper drawer is huge. It's one of those big long drawers and it is full of rompers and they're all gorgeous. I love every single one of them and I was quite well, envious isn't the right word, but Holly showed her Theme Thursday video and I thought she was so lucky to have so many babies that she could dress them all up in their dungarees and they just looked fabulous and she got to use lots of dungarees, whereas I only get to use, well, 3 rompers and the twins are in matching ones, so that's almost just like one because it's only one version of a romper. So yeah, all those clever people with big collections, it's fabulous because you do get a lot more opportunity to use all your outfits. It's going to take me a month of Sundays to get through all Lottie's outfits. But anyway, so let me tell you about this bubble romper that she's wearing because it's made of, oh, is that camera moving all by itself? Have we got poltergeists here visiting? Maybe, let me try that. It's made of Liberty print fabric and the background is a beautiful It's a bluey, purpley sort of colour in the background. It's sort of not dark and not light, a kind of mid-range depth of colour. And then the print on it is just lots and lots of little flowers. There are white flowers. There are some grey sort of maybe leaves in there, little sprinkles of dark pink and sprinkles of light pink. It's just a beautiful pattern, and it's a simple bubble romper. It has a frill collar made of the same Liberty print fabric, and then the bodice just has a little, I hope you can see it, yes you can, little piping made with a silver sparkly cord just across the bottom of the bodice. It's very cute, and it buttons down the back. It's a very simple thing, elastic around the legs. As I said, that's what I love the most. I'm not even as keen on rompers that come a little bit down the leg. You know, there are those ones that don't really have elastic around them, or if they do, the leg is a bit longer and covers about half the side. I love, this is the type I love the most, with elastic around the thighs. I think it's very sweet. So it's a very simple outfit. It's a relatively new one. It's made by Mini Ha, and it's in a 0 to 3 month size, which in Australia is a 000. So that's 000. That means 0 to 3 months here. And that's what she's wearing, and it's sort of new, you know, new as in, let me think, new as in only a couple of months old. So that is new, isn't it? I bought it a little while ago. Yeah, so it's an Australian brand, and it's linked with another brand that I've dressed her in before called Bebe, and also something called Fox and Finch, and I can't remember if there's another label that comes from the same manufacturer. Anyway, so that's what my little girl is wearing, and just when I was describing that romper, I remembered that I didn't tell you about the twins rompers, that they are made by Babadoo, and they are size 50, which is their smallest size, and it's perfect for the twins. I think the twins are probably about 17 inches each, and I find that if I buy the European sizing 50, or I think it's called Tiny Baby, I think, in England, then those clothes fit them just perfectly. I don't have any trouble finding outfits for them. Of course, I think it is easier to get Lottie's size clothes, the 0 to 3 months. That's very, very easy. But, yeah, so that's what I forgot to tell you about the twins' outfits. I'm sorry about that. And I think, you know what, I think I'm really finished, which is quite good because I'm expecting my family to arrive at any minute. I've been cleaning up outside because we'll probably sit out there under the deck. It's nice, it's shady, and I've got a very big table made out of a beautiful timber, a light coloured timber that's got a lot of really, really nice grain to it. It's called, it's a funny name, it's called Marri, and it comes from Western Australia, which is where I grew up, and it's actually spelt M-A-U-R-I. I think that's right. And yeah, because I love timber, and I saw that table and just bought it. And it's beautiful. So we'll probably be sitting out there. It's a big, big table. I have lots of chairs. So it's good that I'm not talking to you too much, except I just didn't I? Well, never mind. It's a learning process, isn't it, trying to keep my videos shorter. But I hope that you're all okay, and I really appreciate you coming to watch me and my babies. Well, listen to me and watch my babies. So thank you everyone so much for dropping in, and until we meet again, which hopefully won't be too long, take care of yourselves and be kind to each other. Goodbye everyone. I just needed to come back because I nearly forgot that I promised Sharon of Sharon Kaminsky that I would show her the blanket that was in my last video. It's here, and this is a white hand-knitted blanket, baby blanket, and I think I used to call these shawls when my babies were little, so that's probably an old-fashioned term. Now let me see if you can, if I spread that out a bit, you can see the pattern. It's all hand-knitted. It's beautiful. It's in wool. It's pure wool. Can you see the pattern? It's gorgeous, isn't it? And it's a really good size to wrap Lottie or cover her, whatever I want to do. The edge is kind of, let me show you the edge. There's the edge. It's a beautiful scalloped edge with a pattern in it too, and that's all around the whole blanket. Isn't that fabulous? That was, I don't know, I mean, I've had this for years because I love, you know, my blanket obsession, and I love woolen blankets, and I love hand knitted woolen blankets. So this was a very early purchase, probably maybe from eBay. I think that's where I used to get most of my things from back in the day. So yes, this is the blanket, Sharon. I hope you've liked seeing it, and I'll say goodbye again, everyone. That was just a little postscript because I forgot to show the blanket. Bye bye.